Good afternoon, Yellow class. We're going to start off with our handwriting as normal. So we're writing that word everybody, that compound word. So we've got everybody, E-V-E-R-Y, tool B into our O, tool D and into our Y. Then we've got the word could, so curly C, curly O-U, tool L and tool D. Then we've got the word would. Don't forget would. The points on that W are sharp points. So it's up, down, up, off, into our O, our U, our L and our D. Then we've got the word should. So we've got a curly S, tall H, into our O, our U, our tall L and our tall D. Okay? So this week we've been reading our books, so Charlie Stinky Socks and The Really Big Adventure. Today we're thinking about the word fearsome. Okay, and we're going to do our Words of the Week activity. So we're going to start off up here. Now remember, F is the only letter that's tall and low. It starts on the line. We loop it round, we come down and then we loop back round. So it starts on the line, we loop it up all the way down and loop it back round. So up here, have a go at writing some Fs. It's very tricky. I'm not very good at writing on this board. We'll get there one day. So have a go at writing the F, then have a go at writing that whole word fearsome. So F-E-A-R-S-O-M. So F-E-A-R-S-O-M-E. So have a go at writing fearsome. Now, what type of word do we think fearsome is? The fearsome dragon. Yes, it'd be an adjective. Okay, so it's a describing word. It's describing something, so it's an adjective. Okay, so fearsome is an adjective. Then we're going to think about what fearsome means. Now, if something's fearsome, what do you think it means? Oh, I think it's something that's quite scary, isn't it? So something that's fearsome tends to be quite a scary thing, something that we might be frightened of. So write down a meaning of the word fearsome, and you might want to use a dictionary, or you can have a look on Google to see if you can find a meaning of that word. Then, other words with that root word fear, let's have a look at some of those words. Now, I've had to bring this round with me so we can have a look. So, the root word is the word fear, okay? Fearsome is a compound word because we've got two words joined together. Feared. I feared the spider was going to jump at me. Okay, if you're frightened of spiders, you can be fearful. So you've got fear and then you've got that full suffix on the end. I was fearful of the scary dragon. So that's to be full of fear, to be frightened of something. We can fearfully, I walked into the dark forest. So we've got two suffixes there. We've got the ly suffix and the full suffix. Okay, so we can fearfully walk in. We can have fears. Okay, we could have fears about something. Okay, lots of us have fears or worries, things that we're frightened of. We could be fearless. Now, fearless is the other way around. If we're fearless, and sometimes Sir Charlie is talked about as being fearless, if we're fearless, it means we're brave. It means we haven't got any fears, and it's kind of the opposite of the word. When you add that less suffix on the end, that's what that means. So if you're saying fearless, it means you haven't got any worries, you haven't got any fears. And you can also add the ly on the end there. You can have fearlessly. Fearlessly, Sir Charlie strode into the forest. And so he's not frightened of anything, he's walking in and he's got no fears at all. So have a look at those. I will put a picture of our Word of the Week display on the website so you can have a look at those words. And then again, I'd like you to have a go at writing two sentences using that word fearsome. Okay? So that's our Word of the Week activity for today. Now today we're going to go on and think about our PSHE. Now we've moved on to a new Heart Smart unit. This Heart Smart unit, now I always get the name the wrong way around. It's Don't rub it in, rub it out. I always say it the wrong way around, so I do apologise if I say it the wrong way around, but we're on don't rub it in, rub it out. So we've thought about how we can learn to love ourselves. Last half term, in Too Much Selfie Isn't Healthy, we were thinking about how we can love others. This unit is a little bit about how we can sort out conflicts with people and how we can sort out problems that we have. And today we're going to start off thinking about times when we're sad. Because when we feel sad, that makes our heart feel sad and our hearts don't feel happy at all, okay? And what I'd like you to do today is think of a time when you have felt really sad, when somebody's done something to you or something's happened that makes you feel really sad. And what I want you to do, if we were in school, we'd do this on a whiteboard so we can rub it out, but we can't obviously do that at the moment. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to draw a heart, and quite unusually, I'd like you to colour it in black. Not something we tend to do, is it? When we think of Valentine's hearts, we think of them being red. So colour it in black, because when something sad has happened, it makes our hearts hurt, and it does make our hearts feel a little bit sad, okay? So colour your heart black, because this shows that this heart is a really sad heart. Now, what I'd like you to think about is things that you can do when your heart feels really sad. So when your heart is feeling really sad, how can you turn that round to make your heart feel better? Sometimes some people have a special place that they might want to go to. Okay, you might want to be on your own, you might want to be with other people. So there might be a special place that you go and maybe you have a sit. There might be special people. So think about people who help you. I know in school the teachers try to help you if you've got a sad heart. We try to make you feel better. And maybe at home it's your family. Maybe you talk to somebody in your family. Maybe you've got an object or a toy. Okay, sometimes when we're feeling really sad, we've got a favourite toy or an object that we might hold or we might talk to. I know that my son Adam, he's got a Bluey, it's his little toy that he's had since he was a baby, and when he's feeling sad, you'll often find him upstairs talking to his Bluey or talking to one of his toys. He quite likes toys. He's also got a badger called Barry. Barry listens to The Weight of the World, does our Barry. So you might have an object or a toy that could help you feel better. There might be something that you like to do. Sometimes people like to read, maybe play a game, maybe play with some toys. Think about all of those things. Now what we would do in school, as we were thinking about these things, is we would start to rub the black heart out. So as we think about some of these things that make our heart feel black, that make our heart feel better, we would rub out that black heart and we would replace it with a heart that's empty and a heart that's full of love. Okay? So have a think today about how you would resolve something if you had a sad heart. What would you do to make your heart feel better? Okay? And then our last session today is PE. We're practicing throwing and catching. So try to make up a game that uses throwing and catching, and that can involve the people in your family. It could be a bit like we did before, a target game. Have a go at making up a game that involves throwing and catching. Take care, and I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.